Welcome along to the Milk Bar End of Year Quiz for 2022. Yes, welcome along. Here we are celebrating the end of 2022. Not quite so vehemently as we celebrated the end of 2020, I'll admit, but we are here to have a bit of fun. We have two teams ahead of us here in the Mayor's Parlour in the Civic Buildings here in Wolverhampton, and we'll start with a few introductions as we make our way around the table. I'll start with our scorekeeper on my right, Chris Allen. Hello, sir.
Good evening, good to see you.
Good to talk to you and have you along. Cause,
it's rather scary, this. Actually, I once had to judge a garden competition, and I think that was the most scary thing I've done, but this is getting pretty close. But it's all down to maths, you assure me.
You've got to add up. It's fairly simple. You know the sort of 5-bar gate things you used to draw as a kid?
That does, it works.
Do those. That'll do the job.
Thank you.
So on to our teams, and we have with us Madam Mayor, Councillor Sandra. It's OBE, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So welcome to you, and thank you for welcoming us to your mayoral suite.
Not at all. It's fantastic to have you here this evening. Hope you have a fantastic evening.
Well, fingers crossed. We'll see how this goes. I get a great night because I haven't got to answer questions. I just get to ask them, so it works for me.
Okay.
And what's your 2022 been like? Because obviously taking over as mayor in May.
Took over on the 18th of May. My journey so far has been absolutely fantastic. I've had an amazing 6 months and 2 weeks, and the highlight of that was Queen Elizabeth II's Jubilee celebration. 19 events over 4 days.
And that must have been good fun.
Wonderful. Absolutely delightful. Going out, going to the street parties, and just getting involved with the majority of the local community. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic.
And next to you, we have one of the representatives of the mayoral charities. We have got one of the team from the wonderful, amazing organisation, it's Compton Cllr, Georgina Grainger. How are you doing?
Thank you. Hello. Yes,
and
very good.
Part of the fundraising team over there? Yes,
and privileged to be here, as you said, one of the mayor's charities for this year. We've been doing all sorts of exciting things. It's 2022 has been Compton's 40th milestone year. So it's been a special year, and we, hope to kind of go on the momentum of that into the next year with lots of fundraising events and, keep being there for the local community.
Well, we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But meanwhile, we'll move on to somewhat of a regular on the quiz, mostly because you were mayor for 2 years and you've sat in as deputy mayor, and you're here again now as part of the mayoral team, Claire Darke.
Hello, great to be here again. I still haven't got the hang of it, but I hope to win this year.
Fingers crossed, we'll see how we do. That'll all work well. And then we have Dr. Paul Darke.
It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me again.
Well, nice to have you along. And as a twosome, what have you been up to this year? What have been the highlights?
As the terrible twosome, we've had a great year actually. We run an organisation called Outside Centre, works in disability arts, and we've been filming in the Czech Republic, in Prague, in Brussels, visiting bits of Germany, and so it's been a fantastic year. Lots of work, lots of opportunities, doing lots of stuff with disabled people across the city. So it's been fantastic, and our big thing next year is a big suicide prevention exhibition in September.
See, that's spoilers. We talk about this a bit later on. But come on, you've done this how many times now? You know we talk about 2023 now.
I'm getting old.
This is it.
Old, so.
Now, Madam Mayor, what are we calling your team?
We're actually calling our team the Mayor's Lovelies.
Okay, so the Mayor's Lovelies are to my right, and Chris's right, and we move over to our team on my left, and we have Storyteller Peter Chand as team captain. Hello, sir.
Hi, Jason. How you doing?
I'm good. I hope we find you well and loving all that's going on.
I'm loving everything that's going on, yes. It's really great to be in this spectacular place, and the view over to the Molyneux is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you for having us here. Thank you.
Well, this is so they make them watch the football without having to buy a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. It's perks, isn't it?
It's perks,
We need our perks.
But I mean, you've had a great year. Not only have you been storytelling across the globe again,
Yes,
but also as one of the ambassadors for the Grand Theatre.
Yeah, that's been really great. The South Asian ambassadorships going from strength to strength. Our 5th year, I think it is. So diversifying not just the audiences, but also the programming as well at the Grand. And and I've been on my travels as well. So my first visit to the States to tell stories in Jonesboro, Tennessee, and also Providence, Rhode Island. So it's been a good year. It's been a really good year.
Well, we'll find out what's coming up next year in a short while's time. We've got a quiz to get through between now and then. On to our next member of the team, Ange Lloyd. Hello. Part of Certain Media, and your single release. Yours was one the early part of this year, was it?
I think it was.
Yeah, but it's such a blur of
It is
music
a
coming
blur.
out.
Everything's like, happened so fast, and it was like lockdown, and then it was nothing, because as a musician and going out live gigging, and it's lockdown, that's it, it's over. So then all of a sudden it's like whoosh, and everything's happening, so I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
But all having a wonderful time, though.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
definitely.
well, we'll look forward to what projects you have coming up, and I know there's some things we can talk about with Certain Media in a short while's time.
Yeah.
Liam Price. How are you doing?
Yes, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming along. Now, you've been releasing more music. Obviously, our throwback is to your appearance on the Kid Voice Kids. And that was, how long ago was that now?
That was in 2019.
So, I mean, you're actually a fully fledged adult now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'm 16 now.
Oh, because it's close enough. But you're getting there.
Yeah.
And this hasn't limited your career in any way, because you've been out there performing amazing music. For Christmas this year, you had a Christmas song out, and it's all been a bit of a roller coaster ride, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, it's been a lot this year, because like Ange said, like lockdown and stuff, and then like having to build yourself back up as a musician.
Yeah, because you were out there, you were on telly, and then all of a sudden everything stops.
It was literally that year that it all happened. So yeah, it's been a lot of work, and I've really enjoyed it actually this year, releasing my own music.
It's all good. David Love.
Hello, Jason.
You all right, mate?
I'm all right, thank you. You're not going to ask me what I've done lately, have you?
Well, can you remember?
Well, not really. I haven't done anything interesting at all. I've done nothing worthy, nothing worthwhile. Got a new dog, semi-retired.
That's enough, isn't it?
Well, it is in my life, yeah.
Yeah. So that's all good. So we'll be hearing some songs from you as well between the rounds.
Yes, whether like it or not. Yeah,
That's the plan.
It will be. Now, I've come all this way.
Yeah, that's
I didn't even know I was going to do a quiz.
Well, look, we keep these things secret from some people. We don't even, I'm sure I mentioned it, but you probably weren't paying attention. But there we go. You can't remember what you did this year, so that's the way it works. So we've got 4 rounds of quizzing. The first of which is going to be some facts and stats and news stories from around the city of Wolverhampton. Then I think there's going to be a bit of an interesting bias, because we've got a bit of a music round then. So we'll see how that goes. Then following that, we will be doing something creative, and the teams can see how they get on with some little bits of talent testing. And then finally, it's a bit of general knowledge, so it's nice and easy. Chris, you're going to keep score through all of this?
I am going to try my very, very best. And this team over here is going to be called?
Chandfull.
Chandfull.
As in like quite a Chandfull, yeah.
Yes, quite a Chandfull. I think I can remember that one.
That's
Thank
just working.
you.
So making notes, we like it when you work hard.
Absolutely.
So let's move on to round 1. So here we are for our Wolverhampton round of questioning, and we're going to first of all test our buzzers. Madam Mayor, let's hear your sound. That's the sound of our mayoral team, and the Chandfull, Mr. Chand. Let's hear it. So that's what we're listening out for them. I will be saying who has actually buzzed in before you get to answer. So everybody behave, and here we go. First up, which star of repair shop who was a workshop in our city got married in Barbados this year? And we have Mr. Chan buzzing in first.
Mr. Blades.
It was. What's his first name?
Fella Blades.
Yeah. Close. We've got buzzing and Claire.
Jade.
It is Jade Blades. I'll tell you what, we're going to go half each just to make your adding up difficult there, Chris. Okay.
Yeah, there.
It's the way we like to start it, always with a tricky one. Next up, we have Gary and Charm Edge. They both retired earlier this year from their business. Gary started in 1976. What was their shop called? Anybody have a clue who they are? Paul?
Me. I've got no idea.
Okay, all right, I'll give you a clue. There's hairdressing in the title. Anybody want to take that? Is it going to have a guess, Peter?
Curl up and die.
It is not. It was Zach's Hairdressing. Not entirely sure why Gary has a shop called Zach's, but the shop carries on. The couple behind it are taking a bit of a well-earned break. Next question. Which member of Take That played several nights at the Wolverhampton Grand Theatre in November? We've got a buzz from Georgina.
Gary Barlow.
It was. Were you there?
No, I wish I was.
Anybody around the table make it to that one?
No.
I thought Chris might have done, because you're a big Gary Barlow
Oh,
fan.
absolutely. Play them all the time.
Yeah, Take That was one of your go-tos, weren't they?
Indeed.
Next up, question 4. Wolves superfan Manny Singh walked 115 miles from Molineux to which team's stadium to raise funds for charity? Where did he go to? London-based team. Peter?
Wasn't Wembley, no, was
It wasn't Wembley, no, it wasn't. Anyone else buzzing in? We have Mr. Darke.
Was it Highbury? Not Highbury, Arsenal.
No, it was not Arsenal. Any else have a go? Another London team that we're running out of them.
Chelsea?
It was Chelsea, Madam Rare. So that's a point.
Oh, it does count, even then.
Why Chelsea?
That's who Wolves were
that's
playing
why
that weekend.
We were playing them the weekend.
Because it'd have been a bit awkward if he'd walked somewhere else.
It's like
Just
Liverpool,
liked it
you
better,
know.
and
It was
Wolves
our
were
away
playing
match.
at Chelsea.
Could have been funnier.
Your humanism knows no beginning, does it? But there we go. Question 5. What was the title won on his first attempt by Treacle man Stuart Hubbard? He took part in a competition up north, and we've got a buzz in from Paul.
Was it the pie eating competition in
It
Wigan?
wasn't pies in Wigan, no. He was actually hurling something. It was a breakfast item. What would he have been throwing? Georgina?
Pancakes.
It wasn't pancakes, but they were involved. Well, kind of, because the Yorkshire puddings were being knocked off a post by a flying... Ange?
Bagel.
Not a bagel, no. I'm going to. It's a black pudding.
Oh.
They're the fine mainstay of British breakfasts. I think it makes you want to go vegan, that, doesn't it? But there we go. Right, question number 6. What event came to the city centre for the first time this year with homemade vehicles in the trials? We've got Madam Mayor.
Oh gosh, what it was called? I was in the cart. I sat there.
There was a cart, and they were... Any ideas? This could take a while.
I can't.
We've got a Peter buzzing.
Was it the soap cart challenge?
It was the title of it. It was. So I'm going to give half a mark for that one. There's another more adding up challenge.
Thank you.
It was
Soap
crazy.
box.
It was Crazy Races was the name of the event. See, I know the mayor was there, so I thought the mayor would get that one. I was just pandering
I don't remember
to.
what we called it.
Well, it may well be back. You never know. Question number 7. And this is the question you thought I was asking last time. Which Commonwealth Games event took place in the streets of the Wolverhampton city? And Peter buzzes in first.
Yeah, cycling. Track
It was cycling. There was lots of cycle races. It was amazing to host that in our city.
Yeah.
And you got to go to that as well, didn't you?
I did. I got to.
You
be
got
at the
front row
start
seats
and
for
the
everything.
finish. The
Yeah.
time trials, fantastic.
It was brilliant. Right, okay. Next up, question 8. Slade star Jimmy Lee was trying to track down a picture of one of his music teachers in 2022, but which of the instruments he plays was it that he was being taught by this person? Buzz straight in from Paul.
Piano.
Not piano. Any more guesses? And we have David.
Was it a mandolin?
Not a mandolin, but certainly stringed.
Was
As
it
is
the
a piano, in
guitar?
fact. Not guitar. No, I'll have one last guess, and Peter comes
Was it
in.
violin?
It was violin. We're going to go for it. 4 answers, but we got there in the end, which is the way we like it. Next up, number 9. Which creature is depicted on a sculpture that returned to Cosley after a 3-year restoration project? Here we got
it's not.
Mr. Chan buzzing in,
I
but
think
no.
it's incorrect. I think it's a wolf, but
It's not a
it wasn't
wolf, no. So what creature did we see?
It's in Cosley.
It's yes, it is in Cosley.
Must be a rat then.
Oh. Any more guesses for what this creature might be?
A bird.
It's not a bird, Claire. No points on that one. It was, in fact, a horse. I'm teasing. Right, okay. Question number 10. The 100th anniversary of the breaking of what record was celebrated in May 2022? Wolverhampton was heavily involved. It didn't take place in the city, but it was because of our city. David?
Wasn't the land speed record?
It was. Sunbeam broke the world
Well
land speed
done.
record. And can you remember what speed it was? Because you were there.
It was damn fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I once met a bloke who'd seen the car come down the Pen Road,
Yeah.
big silver car, and it was very loud as well. Apparently, he could hear it come from sort of miles away as it came down the Pen Road.
And it probably hasn't got a catalytic converter either.
I
had it,
bet
but
it
there we go.
didn't, no.
It was 129.17 miles per hour that they travelled at.
Shifting in 22.
Absolutely. So, before we have some music from you, David, we are going to get the scores so far from Chris.
Well, after round one, the mare's Lovelies are on 2.5 points, but Chandfull are in the lead with 5 points.
So, David, you're going to perform your first song for us. What are we going to hear?
Well, I always like to think of myself as a public service, Jason. And if you remember the days of the public service announcements they used to do on the BBC and the budgets ran out for them, they taught you how to not dazzle but dip.
Your headlights.
Yeah, that's right. And not to drop litter. And really useful if you lived in Sedgley, how to dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard.
Excellent.
Yeah, so
take it away.
Right, so this would be a public service announcement. It's about the most dangerous word in the world. If you're facing the terrible prospect of a horrible job to do, you wonder which way to begin it, and you realise you haven't a clue. There's this magical abracadabra that's certain to pull you through. You make use of a 4-letter word and a mug who's more stupid than you. Just hoover up the staircase, just sweep the garage floor, just tidy up the borders, just mend the kitchen drawer, just make a little tree house, it's easy as can be. There's no I, but there's certainly a U in J-U-S-T. If thinking was never your strong suit or your bone bloody idle at best, make use of this magical charm and hey presto, your life will be blessed. Preface requests or instructions with that innocent word which you've guessed. They'll be fooled into thinking it's easy, and no one will dare to protest. Just work a little faster, just chat a little less, just do without a lunch break, just sort out all the mess, just take a little pay cut, just do the work of 3. There's no I, but there's certainly a U in J-U-S-T. Just to reconcile quantum mechanics with relativity. Just build a nuclear reactor just in time to make the tea. But just spare me all the details. They're just too mundane for me, you see. There's no I, but there's certainly a U in J-U-S-T. In J-U-U and you, not me. In J-U-S-T, not me.
Take your seats and we prepare ourselves for round 2, which is our music round. And this year, we're going to do a little... Well, I'm not going to do a little bit of gargling, but our teams are going to do a little bit of gargling. Now, what we're going to have is your teammates have to guess which song it is you are performing. And we're going to allow 2 from each team to share gargling duties, and the other 2 have to guess the name of the song. So, team captains, who are you going to volunteer to gargle?
I can gargle, but without water.
That's scary.
That's brilliant.
That's
gargling, isn't it?
That is, yeah. So, Peter, are you going to gargle as well?
If you want me to, but I've got 2 singers here, so we could have many...
We've got 3 singers. I know you just excluded David, having heard it before.
I meant besides Ange.
You said we could all leave.
I meant besides Ange. You know what I meant. He knows what I meant.
What we want is Lady Gargle.
Liam, do you fancy doing it? Are you up for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Nice one.
Will we
Thank
know
you.
the tune?
And then we can listen. We can
I
listen.
mean, will
get
the
the
people who are
tunes?
gargling know what
what's
tunes
it-
they're gargling?
Yeah,
That's the idea.
This is in each envelope. We're going to hand to the teams are the names of the songs you have to perform.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can pass that down, it's fully sealed. No cheating, please. And then, Madam Mayor, who are you volunteering to do the gargling on your team?
Okay, who's good at gargling?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I'll do it if you want.
Doctor?
Well, I'm okay, but you know,
Yes,
I'll
please,
give it a
Doctor.
go.
Thank you.
And Claire, do you want just to join in as well? Because we're allowing 2 garglers, unless you want Paul to do them all. He may not know some of the songs.
No. I think Claire should do it as well.
All right, I'll get
Yes.
it.
Okay, so let's hand over
I can get it.
to lists
Okay.
of no opening it yet. Pass it down to your garglers. They're the ones who are allowed to look. Okay, right. So as Chandfull are in the lead, we'll allow you to go first.
Okay.
And so we've got 4 songs that you get to perform. You can now open your envelope and see what you're going to perform. It could be that you do 1 song each.
No looking,
or
no
do
sneaking.
it together. Who's taking the first song, or are you going to share it?
Do you know that one?
If the opposition guess it and your team don't, then they get the points.
Do we get 2 points for that?
No, it's either don't be no.
Let's not push it, Madam Mayor.
Okay, it's worth a try.
Okay, you ready?
Absolutely.
Steady. Let's gargle song number 1. Ange is going for it. Don't let them see. Don't let them see. Okay, here we go. She might be better gargling without water.
Yeah.
Look.
It's good you're wearing a scarf to clean them. Anybody, any idea what that was? I've got the answers
That
written
sound
down,
like
and I'm not
it.
sure. Not yet, but you can in a moment.
It's not.
Do you know?
No.
Any takers, David, Peter?
No,
I'm-
Have another go.
Yeah.
Quick, one more burst, and then I think Georgina wants to come in with an answer.
I think she's really good.
That was much clearer.
That was better.
Yeah.
I still haven't got a clue.
I have.
No guesses. Okay, we'll
have
hand it
not.
over to the mayor's team. Do we know, Georgina?
Yeah, Georgina.
What was your guess
I
going to
thought it
be?
was a Christmas song.
It's not a Christmas song. Go on, you tell us.
Well, sometimes I go out
Oh.
by myself and I walk across the water.
But you'd almost drown in the water
Yeah,
that time.
The water part was cool.
Yeah, it was Valerie, Amy Winehouse of the Zootons, so no points as yet. Let's take our second song, please. Who's doing that one? Liam.
No, I've just swallowed it.
You're not thirsty anymore. The Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel.
That's not right on this occasion.
It's not that easy.
This is such a good idea.
I can't do it. Right, we can't. I'm going to have to take another sip.
Ange, can you do this one? Do you know? Yeah, might be worthwhile working together. Oh, David's busting in. What do you think?
Got to be Bar Bar Black Sheep.
Close. Hang on, we've got a buzz from the opposition. Claire has.
Twinkle, twinkle, little
It is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. There's a subtle difference in the gargling there, which didn't come across well enough with Liam.
Good steal.
So we have a point
Good
for the mayor's team.
Good steal. Good steal.
Next up, I'm going to let you know we're going for a TV theme this time, just as a little bit of a help here.
I've remembered it.
Okay, that's good.
Sounds like Dallas. Is that Dallas?
Yeah, that isn't the right one.
Is that the right one?
No, that was Dallas, but that wasn't the song we were looking for.
Oh no.
Was it?
So anybody want to guess what the actual answer was?
It's a good Dallas, that was.
Well, that was Dallas that she gargled on. This puts scoring into adjudicator Chris. Are you going to give him? Should we give him a half a point for that?
Half a point for singing the wrong tune, but actually getting it right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's probably fair enough, as long as we extend it to the same on the other
We-
side
we-
of
we-
it.
we-
And now, this team also seems to have a bit of an idea about what it could have been if it had been right.
Yeah.
I think it's Dynasty.
No, it wasn't. It should have been the A team, which is more of a.
That's it. Oh, geez. I have no idea. I'm
got points for singing a song.
But
That's not the
No,
song
but
that
you've
was
got
they still got it right.
But you're going to
that
learn from this that when your turn comes,
So we don't know a couple of these.
you sing what you want. That's right.
It'll work out okay. Right, we've got one more to go. Which of you is doing this one over here? Liam is going to try again.
We
Oh.
will.
David and Peter got that. It is Queen's We Will Rock You.
Nice
Well
one,
done.
Liam.
Another point.
Nice one. Bravo.
Okay, let's move to the mayor's side. And Sandra and Georgina guessing here. And the performance from the Darke duet in the corner.
You can do the first one. Yeah? So you need to look at me as well.
Okay. And that's works particularly well on the radio. That's good.
Did you actually make a noise?
No, I swallowed. I swallowed.
I'm charading it, all right?
Any idea?
I've no idea what it
Give
is.
it, well, we don't know what the song is. So,
Well-
what about Miss Charade?
I thought you were actually going to do the TikTok dance that went along with this one.
No?
Blinded by the light.
Oh, which is what David has guessed on the opposition. So,
What was
the
it?
blinding lights. It was the weekend.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Not a clue.
Great mind.
Okay,
Bring
next
it
up.
to us.
Great mind.
Yeah, next up, our
Are
nursery
we?
rhyme round.
Are we?
You're going to give David a point. There.
Are we? Even though he said the wrong song, we said "Blinded by the
I
Light"
said
as opposed to
blinded by
"Blind."
the light.
Blind,
Yeah.
blind,
Fair.
well, just give him half a point.
Give him half a
again.
point.
Yeah.
I'll give him half.
I knew what he meant.
Okay, give him half.
Okay, so next, I'm getting filthy looks from Sandra here. I know that much.
He's never heard of "Blinding Lights" by the weekend. That's why he
No,
interrupted.
I've seen him do it on TikTok.
I'm actually giving away points.
Well, we'll see how it works out in the creative round, because Bruce is going to judge that, and he loves you lot, so we'll see how that
Oh,
goes.
we heard that. We heard him saying.
I won't get an interview without
Heard
looking.
that.
That's it.
Okay, next song, I know again you spotted this is going to be a nursery rhyme from what we saw last time. We've got a buzz, but that's
And
not
you
fair
can't
because
answer
Claire's
it.
seen the
You
answers.
can't
Saying that, I'm going to got a
Hold on.
point.
Any guesses from Sandra or Georgina?
It's a nursery rhyme. Because
Okay.
I did tell you that.
I'm listening.
Here we go again.
If I'm sick, it's your fault.
That's
At
you.
least it's only water. Oh, we got a buzz from Peter. He wants to come in here.
No, we've got to get the chance to
Have you,
come in.
have you any idea?
No,
You're just buzzing for sure.
Nursery
no,
rhyme.
it's
You
nursery
don't know it.
rhyme. I do know it.
You don't know it.
I'm concentrating.
Did you want me to do it once more?
Yes,
One more
please.
time.
Oh, look at
Don't
that.
distract us.
Look at that.
Pop goes the weasel.
Oh,
That, to be fair, that
Pop
did
goes
sound
the
like Pop
weasel.
Goes the Weasel, but it isn't. The answer is
It
actually
veered
something
into
very
pop goes.
different.
It veered into pop goes.
Yeah.
I thought it was Pop Goes the Weasel.
So
Did
that's
ya?
okay. Because it was. Oh, hang on, I got a buzz. Who was that? That was Georgina. What are you going to guess? Oh no, it's Claire. Claire, you.
No, you saw it.
Yeah, you can't play Claire. Remember, it is.
What was it?
It was Humpty Dumpty.
Oh.
Yeah, I reckon.
Humpty Dumpty.
I was thinking Humpty Dumpty or Jack and Jill.
And then it's Pop Goes the Weasel at the end. All the king's horses and all the king's men. Pop goes the weasel.
Nightmare. Next up, let's see what TV theme we get this time.
TV.
Claire is head of gargling on this one.
The Mine.
Coronation Street.
It's not Coronation Street. One more guess.
EastEnders?
It is EastEnders. You got it there. That was excellent. A point to Sandra. Right. Okay. Now, fourth one. This is again a classic song.
A classic pop song.
Yes.
Hold on.
He wants actions. I can tell he wants actions.
She's going to mime it. And I'm going to sing it.
Yeah. So we're going to give Sandra Georgina a chance to answer first.
Yes.
Casualty?
No,
Heartbeat?
I've got Peter begging to buzz in because he's done first aid
Come
training,
on,
so he knows the
come on.
answer. Any ideas?
He's giving you
I think
clue
it's the
first
doctor
aid.
programme, so Casualty?
No, it's a classic pop song.
Pop song.
So you've seen the trailers for First Aid.
Oh, look at that. How many more clues than they need?
I know,
No,
this
no,
is
He
what...
said it. He said it.
I
not
did,
me.
because it's... Obviously,
We're
no one
giving
else
it
in the
away.
team's done first aid courses.
They obviously have done.
Oh, staying alive.
Oh, we got this. We have to give them a chance.
Oh my God! It's Boxing Day. You wait till Boxing Day to give me the answer.
Listen here,
generous,
listen
isn't
here,
it?
Mr. Chan.
That was generous.
We did. You sang the wrong song, so
Yes, exactly.
we've been generous to both teams there.
You got half a point for singing the wrong song.
That was some
Yeah, but
serious.
didn't I do it with confidence?
It was amazing.
You did.
You were wonderful.
Absolute confidence.
So I'm confident we've come to the end of the music round, and it's quite fortunate at that. So, Chris,
Excuse
what are
me,
we?
can I just check to make sure that you did give us that point?
I have given you the points, yes, that you have deserved,
We're
yes.
going to have the council audit team on this in a minute, aren't we? Chris, what you got?
Oh, at the end of round 2, we have the Mayor's Lovelies with 5.5, and although they've narrowed the gap, Chandfull are still in the lead with 7 points.
David, once more, you have a guitar in hand,
Yeah.
and you know how to use it?
I do, and I'm not coming here in peace. I'm actually going to use it, and I'm in business.
In spite of Peter's comments earlier, but there we go.
Yeah. Well, this now, let's bring the mood down now. This is a serious song. I don't normally say what the songs are about, because why sing them if you tell people what they're about? But in this case, it helps to know that this song is called Bench. That's Bench. Bench.
Okay, take it away.
If you're CND, if you're BNP, if you're WWFC, if the second coming's come, if you think the blues are scum, it doesn't really matter, chum. Right on me. You want to celebrate? Or incite to hate, or just make a date? Please feel free. If it's inflammatory, or defamatory, or just profanity, right on me. But perhaps take a rest, watch the stripes in the west of pink, orange, purple and blue. When the sun breasts the hill, for a while time stands still. As it says here, he once loved this view. Maybe you might too. On a rail in my back, there's 2 dates on a plaque, and a name etched in brass for all to see. Reassures someone, though a loved one's gone, their spirit carries on right through me. Feel the warm summer breeze, hear the chaffinches sneeze, taste the air that the blossoms anoint. And don't feel too bad if a few folk get mad, should you loll in my arms with a joint. They don't quite get the point. So just contemplate, rudely illustrate, why not fornicate? Brazenly. Drink a flask of tea, spout philosophy, let your Labrador wee right up me. Have a chat, reminisce, get blind drunk, steal a kiss. Just remember that this one's on me.
Well done.
Right, David retakes his seat as we get ready for our next round. Now, this round 3 is where we get creative. And Chris, I mean, you explain some of your experience in life, because you're entirely trustworthy, because you are Reverend Chris Allen.
I am indeed. But I am looking at the scores, and we do want to make it fair, don't we? So, no, I have had some difficult things to judge in life. I try to avoid these kind of things because it's very subjective, and then whatever you do here is going to be wrong. So,
Yeah, so
I enter this knowing that.
Okay, so we're going to get marks out of 10 for some creativity. Now, you're going to get, let's call it 3 minutes, to create a scene depicting a significant, happy event from 2022. And we've got a bag of goodies for you to create this with. So as we have green microphones over there, we'll go green team there. And then we have something for our red microphones over here. So Chandfull and there's Lovelies have got some goodies. And it's kind of a bit like the Generation game mixed with Take Heart and any other TV programmes, which they've probably ceased now, haven't they? But there we go. Art Attack, is that one still on, Chris?
Yeah, I think they probably ceased for good reasons, but we're going to see that in a moment. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got loads of stuff to make with. You've got glue, sticky tape, various packs of things, some emojis, and we will be judging your creations. So first of all, we need to get a happy event from each team. Madam Mayor, what would you like to depict?
I think we should go, a happy event, we should go for Commonwealth.
Okay, Commonwealth Games, so there's going to be cycling involved. You've just given your team the chance to make some cyclists to ride around the streets of Wolverhampton.
Oh yeah, Commonwealth Games, that's pretty
I like that. We'll see how that goes. Peter, what are you thinking of a subject for your team? You can go with the same thing if you want to.
Guys, 2022. Highlights, happy highlights. Any ideas?
No idea what happened.
Anything spring to mind?
Well, we've got
World Cup. We had the World Cup.
I love that, Ange. You hadn't a clue what happened in 2022. We're still there.
Yeah, World Cup.
Okay, so you're going to have something World Cup themed.
Yeah.
Okay, you have your paper, you have your creativity, so take it away. Paul has already started rolling paper. This is impressive. So that's good.
Frame.
Have you had different parts of the job designated?
I'm not sure they're working completely as a team at the moment. No, you are.
We are.
Okay.
Telepathic.
I'm making.
There you go. No, I've got the frame.
I think actually it's going to be a cycle race, and there's going to be 4
I'm liking
parts
that.
of it.
That could work well.
Indeed.
Let's take a little look at how the World Cup is coming together. At the minute I can see some standing up paper and some ongoing discussions. They are certainly planning here, aren't they?
They are. I think it's an interesting choice of topic, really.
Yeah,
you know.
particularly how well England did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't disaster.
It wasn't disaster, no. It was our final and we lost it.
Yeah.
It just happened to be called the quarter-final.
Yeah. They have got the Play-Doh out, which I quite like. Disappointed that the men's team haven't got into the Play-Doh. So.
It's a generational thing, I
You
think.
think, yeah.
Yeah. I would have thought Georgina was a natural at this. This creative stuff from down at Compton.
Yeah. You've not been helping out in any of the day centres where people can get to come and make things.
No, I don't. No.
Handlebar.
The sticky tape's out.
So we need handlebar.
I think visual representation is over-egged, really. I think we can describe it. The mixture of colours and materials and concentration, I think, is the word that sticks really in my
Claire's
head.
obviously in her element. Looking across to our England creations, have they?
2 wheels.
The
So we
Play-Doh
need
is
an
coming
angle.
into play. We have boots, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
There's colouring. They made a football. There's a lot of colouring in a football, which I quite like.
I'm wondering if there's going to be any political statements linked to the World Cup as well.
You never
Yeah,
know.
we thought about that.
Yeah.
It's part of consideration.
We're going that way. We're going that way.
Over the wheels.
Not
The wheels. Yeah.
The concentration on Liam's face is astounding. Just to make sure the stripes are in the right place on the football.
But he still does art at school as well, you see. This is the thing. Okay, here we go. It's time to finish off your creations. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last move, 2, 1. Okay, so we have a couple of creations. Now, you've got to present them to Chris Allen, judge and adjudicator here. And we will start off with our Mayor's Lovelies.
Thank you.
Sandra, talk them through.
So we're here, obviously. Time trials, Wolverhampton. City delivered the time trials in the 2022 Commonwealth Games. So here we've got the arrow directing you to West Park, obviously where the starting line is. We've got our participants on their bikes.
Oh, that's it.
Lights of Wolverhampton's West Park.
Yeah, because there's a lot of pineapples, palm trees, and aeroplanes in West Park, and giant birds and fish.
We have a glass house that grows pineapples,
And
I'm sure.
and these are the little fishes that we have in our lakes over at West Park, and obviously the trees and
Yeah.
the greenery. And then if you look at here, then you've got our participants
Cycling.
cycling,
And the
spectators,
participants
and
cheering them
actually
on.
cheering them on, and some of them looking really shocked. That we
No,
did so
it was
well.
amazing though. Yes,
Yes.
and the thing on the microphone side, the creation.
So
I'd
that's
like
the
with a
bike.
helmet.
Yeah.
So that's the bike with its legs and its handlebar, and that's the helmet.
That was absolutely lovely. Okay, so we've been introduced to the work of the Mayor's Lovelies. On to Chandfull and celebrating the World Cup. So I know you've got a smaller final presentation.
Yeah, a bit more minimalist.
Yeah,
But-
so what we thought we could have taken the easy route and just used stickers and cutters, but we thought we'd actually make something. So we thought we'd actually mould something, out of nothing. So there's Ronaldo there after his post World Cup. He's put on a bit of weight, so
Yeah.
he's living it well, living it large. He's getting those Portuguese pastries in.
Yeah.
There's obviously the net there, and
Okay.
there's our beautiful
And
football.
just pop that round for our cameras to see as
There's
well.
our
So
beautiful
for those watching
football,
online.
there's our beautiful football.
Yeah.
And unlike Qatar, we've actually got the rainbow here on display.
Yeah.
Loud and proud and prominent. So it's also a political statement that we're making as well.
Okay, so we've got now, Chris, you've got a bit of a challenge here because you've got to score this out of 10.
Right, okay.
You're looking at the fine quality artworks that we received from both teams here.
Well, I think I want to start with Chandfull. I think it has been well put together. They have used all the talent that they possibly could do. They are politically, getting some good messages out, which
and
were obviously starved in the World Cup.
And several mediums as well, because we've got both the clay and the paper together.
They have indeed. The thing was, though, it was meant to be a significant, happy event, and I don't believe any people in the room today are Argentinian or French, so therefore they lose a few marks for that one. I'm going to give them 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, right,
More
7.5.
Sherry.
Let's see how it scores for the Mayor's team. They're already tidying up. I like that.
I know that. Well, this was a very insignificant event for the city that they've chosen. It was obviously a very happy event, but Wolverhampton clearly shown that Wolverhampton can hold an event like this for the future. And so, again, creativity in there, maybe making more use of the stickers than the plasticine, it has to be said, or the Play-Doh. But I am going to give them, because it was a happy event,
There was
significant
cutting
for
out.
the city.
There's lots of cutting out
yeah.
there.
Yes.
I am going to give them 9 out of 10.
Excellent. So, looking good.
Thank
We've
you.
got to find out what the scores are. You guys have got to tidy this up before the last round. However, Chris, how's it looking now on the scores so far?
Well, as it happens as we go into the final round,
yes.
we are tied at 14.5 points each.
14.5.
So well done both sides.
So we have one more round to go and one more song from Mr. Love before we get to our final round of questioning. What have you got, sir?
Right, okay then. This is a phrase that I used to hear uttered a lot when I was a child. I mean, if there were any teachers here, they'd be hearing this quite regularly, particularly from around this area. But also, our betters, our politicians also have adapted this. They might not express it in quite the same way, but it's the same attitude. I don't know if we've got any politicians tonight. You might learn a bit, listen.
Thank you.
This song's called A Responsibility. Right, okay, and I'll start with the right chords as well. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Went and locked the teacher in the lavatory. Was only walking past a little nonchalantly. They do it, tore me. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Whittled up the gravestones in the cemetery. I was only getting flowers for me nan for free. They do it, tore me. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Cheating in me O-level geography. Anyway, I think me crib's too small to see. They do it, tore me. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Speeding round the ring road in me XR3. Someone nicked it off the car park at the chestnut tree. They do it, tore me. Now, to get on in life, it's essential that you know. Tell you what you do, it's more important what you do. If there's a question mark against you and you want them to remove it, say, prove it. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Anonymously tipping off the BBC. Oh, they expect to sack the foreign secretary. They do it, tore me. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Exercising power inappropriately. Them interns, them just desperate for publicity. They do it, tore me. Now, I'm on the tee at Wentworth. Now, I ain't lost me senses. I know the fees are massive, but I stick 'em on expenses. When this bolt of lightning floors me, and this old man in the sky is grinning out his beard, I says, "Do you want to tell me why?" And he says, "Oh, they do it. It wore me." Have a look in Genesis. I think you'll see. I give you all free will to shape your destiny. They do it, tore me. Besides which, I could do it. It ain't me. Ask your smart-ass scientists. They all agree I do exist. Take my responsibility. Could do it. They do it. Tore me.
Sit yourself down, we've got the final round. So we move on to our last round of questioning, your final chance to score points before we announce the winner. And then also find out what you lot are up to in 2023. So that's on the way. Mind you, David, you have any idea, because you don't know what you did in the last year, you have any idea what you're doing?
Oh, I've been primed for the future.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, I'm future primed.
You've got your diary for next year already?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's all good.
Well,
Right, so our final round is our general knowledge round. This time I have stolen it from the Radio Times. So anybody who had the Christmas bumper edition might be in for some luck here. I don't know whether it's in there. Okay, so fingers on buzzers, and here we go. In which part of your body would you find the cruciate ligaments? And we've got a buzz from David.
Yeah. It's your knee.
It is your knee, correct. So point to the Chandfull. Second question.
I'm sure that my buzzer went off.
No. The technology does not lie. That's how it works. How long were you working for the NHS?
40 years.
And you got beaten on the question about the cruciate ligaments.
By somebody who can't remember what he did last week.
I knew it. I was going
It was a good week, though.
Yeah. Next up, what is the name of the main agnostic... Oh, hang on, I can't read. Antagonist is the word I'm looking for. What is the name of the main antagonist in the Shakespeare play Othello? First buzz comes in from Mr. Darke.
Iago.
It is. Iago is the correct... I didn't know that one. It's good you haven't got these written down in front of me. Question number 3, we're going to science. What element is denoted by the chemical symbol SN in the periodic table? I knew this one, and it's a buzz from David.
Tin.
It is. Tin is
nice
the correct
one, well
answer.
done.
You're impressed there.
Oh, very much.
Happy team captain.
I was going to say snow.
Snow.
That old chemical element snow. Right. Next up, how many of Henry VIII's wives were called Catherine? First up, buzz from Peter.
3.
It is the correct answer.
Well done.
There we go. He liked Catherine's. Not if, to be fair,
Don't we all?
Going off first, you can't hear us buzzer.
Sandra, press your buzzer just to prove a point. It is working. You're just not being very fast here. Okay, you don't break.
You're preempting it now. Now you're preempting it.
Got to wait till it
Question number 5, and we're into the world of cinema. What is the name of the 1976 film about the Watergate scandal? I've got a buzz straight in from Peter.
All the President's Men.
It is correct answer there. They're doing well. Next up.
They're too quick on the
They're very quick, aren't they? Next one.
Hold your hands over it.
Gamesmanship from the mayor. We'll make you put your hands by the side if you're not careful. Right, number 6. Which comedian... Got a buzz from Claire?
I nominate Paul.
This is not University Challenge.
Comedian.
I'll go Les Dennis.
Is not correct. Good job we're not docking points, otherwise there'd be trouble now, wouldn't there? Let's go for the full question, or at least as far as we need. Which comedian was the second permanent host of Never Mind the Buzzcocks after Mark Lamar? We got a buzz from Peter?
Simon Ansell.
Is the correct answer. And I'd have to admit, I didn't like him on that, but there we go. So, next question. Number 7. Which popular video game franchise was released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops? And Peter gets in there first again.
Hang
on, no,
Call of Duty.
It is. I thought you were going to try and cheat there, but I don't want to end up in trouble with the gang over here because
we're watching those.
Yeah, I'd have to watch my council tax otherwise. I won't try that. That's the way.
I'd just like to say congratulations on the win.
Don't give in yet. There are 3 questions left, and no teasing on where we're at.
3 questions left, and we're 5 behind.
Shh, quiet. There's
No, we're not
spoilers.
5 behind.
I think someone else is keeping score here as well.
4 behind, Paul.
Number 8. In what US state is the city of Nashville? And we got a buzz from Peter again.
Tennessee.
It is Tennessee. He's doing well here, isn't he?
The other 3 have gone to sleep. They don't leave it to Pete.
As the Radio Times, I can see.
Next up.
On standby.
Which rock band was founded by Trent Reznor in 1988? Rock band, DIY connections. Any guesses? No one has a clue. Oh, Peter's going to have a guess.
Elbow.
No, 9 Inch Nails.
Good clue.
Good clue.
It's
a good clue.
Good
Wasn't it?
clue.
There
Good
we
clue.
are.
It's MC Hammer.
Yeah. Renowned for his rock back catalogue. Yes. Final question. What is the currency of Denmark? Peter's buzzed again, as is David.
David?
Krona.
It is the krona, yeah, krona. So, that is the last points to be won in our round. We're not going to tease you and make you wait to find out who's won. We will be going around the table to find out what's coming up in 2023 in the Mo. How is it looking, Chris?
Well, I think one bonus point might not do you a lot of good, to be perfectly honest. But the final score is the Mayor's Lovelies got 15.5 points.
That's good. That's a good score.
It is a good score, but Chandfull, mainly due to Peter, I've got 22.5.
We have some prizes for our runners-up. We've got a pack of printed home masks. You can put whatever you want on a mask, print it, and then wear it. So we'll hand those down. We'll let the docs share one of those over there. And we've got, because this is the Milk Bar end of year quiz, we've actually got a water bottle each for our winners. So we'll hand out the prizes now. There we go. And we'll hand those down. And another one there. And another one there. So you've all got you can all be environmentally friendly in 2023.
Congratulations, team.
But before we do go, we do need to find out what you're all up to. So, Chris, we'll start with you, because as chair of WCRFM, you've had a busy year. In this year we've seen a station move, and now a new home and going into the new year.
Yeah, we're going to a new year in our new studios in Manor House. We're getting settled in there. Got some great facilities. We're going to be extending the amount of stuff we do across Wolverhampton. During the Literature Festival, we've got a new way of being. We're going to have the community hub in Manor, the centre for the 3 days of the festival. Lots of different artists coming along, and a live show on each day. The Friday is Your Good Self.
I am there, 12 through 3.
The Saturday is Tim Beach, and the Sunday is probably me there as well. So 12 till 3, and then 12 till those sort of times. Only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the first weekend in February. We can do that.
Yeah.
But we will be involved in the community as much as we possibly can be, as the city's only really dedicated radio station.
Absolutely. Madam Mayor, obviously you get to hand over the reins in May, but what have you got coming up in the meantime?
But we've got, for me, an exciting 6 months coming up. We have in April, we have the Mayor's Rockfest, which brings lots of investment into the city, but also raise lots of funds for the Mayor's charity. We've also got, and this is really delightful because I'm really looking forward to this, we have the coronation coming up on the 6th of May of the new King Charles III.
And I mean, we had screens respectfully showing the Queen's funeral back in October,
That's
and
right.
obviously it was September. Again, there'll be an air of respect, but also celebration this time round as well.
Yes, there will be celebration, and I think for the city, obviously we have the Man and the Horse, and what we're looking at, we have that in Queen Square, but what we're looking at is if we can have some sort of accolades,
something for the Queen. It would be appropriate in Queen Square, wouldn't it?
Yes,
so that would be good.
We have Queen Square, so it's something we're discussing at the moment. But I've also got the Mayor's Quiz coming up on the 17th of February.
Full details, Mayoral.
Mayoral. Want to raise lots of funds for our charity, but yes.
Wolverhampton.gov.uk/Mayoral.
Yes, and if you do want to be, please, we're looking for teams of 5s.
So check that one out. Make sure if you can be along and join in with that quiz. You've seen how easy it is doing a quiz now, so we can get you involved in that.
So Peter, just in case you want to bring your team.
Yeah.
Okay, to the Mayor's Quiz. If you want to bring your team.
Yeah, if they're up for it. If they're up for it.
Could be a return.
Of course, if they're up for it.
We'll see how that goes.
17th of February.
You do have to pay this time.
Yes, I was going to leave that till later.
Georgina, into the 41st year for Compton Care.
Yes, so 2023, the really early 2023, we're doing our tree cycling scheme. So everybody that's kind of looking at those real trees, thinking, what am I now going to do with it? Compton, we've got this really good scheme where we'll recycle that for you for a donation. All the information on the website. We've spoke today about the cycling and the time trials. We've got our own cycling event called Round the Wrekin.
And WCR will be there again.
Yeah, and that's in May, so again, look out for that. I'm sure there'll be lots of other things. It's all in the planning, really.
I'm hoping to be down for the memory walk again, so I enjoyed being part of that last year.
Yeah.
And that should be rather a good event to be part of again.
That's it.
Claire, what have you got coming up? I mean, councillor still?
As a politician, we'll probably have another stormy year of politics, won't we?
There's a lot of politics about at the moment.
Hopefully a little bit less stormy, but we have got an all-out election in May where all the councillors are up for re-election, so it should be quite interesting to see what happens there.
Paul?
www.digital-disability.com. Look up that website. You can also sign up to the newsletter for Digital Disability Outside Centre.
And you don't have to be disabled to sign up, do you?
You don't.
You're inclusive.
In fact, it's probably easier if you're not. So because life is like that. The key thing we've got a couple of things: a suicide prevention exhibition. We've got a couple of exhibitions in London coming up soon, and also we're going to do some filming in Berlin. So it's a really exciting year. And I'm really looking forward to it.
That should be jolly good.
Any stamps coming out?
Of course, especially there's even something as far away as in September. There's the UN sign language stamp. So as people probably know, I collect stamps that have disability on it from around the world. So I'm that sad.
The wonderful world of being a philatelist.
Indeed.
Peter, what have you got lined up? Because you haven't stopped moving in 2022.
Yeah, some good stuff coming up. There's stuff in Belgium. I'm performing in a brilliant place called Aldenbiesen, which is in the east, I think northeast, where you basically live and perform in a castle.
Wow!
It was built back in the day by the Teutonic Knights, which is exciting stuff. We're going to the Orkney Islands, doing some work over there, but more locally, I'm part of Litfest as well, like yourself. So on the Saturday of Literature Festival, Wolverhampton Literature Festival, we're doing a workshop for beginners. So anybody's interested in learning storytelling skills and toe dipping into storytelling skills, that'll be at Bantark. And in the evening, it's not going to be for beginners. It's adult storytelling, which are going to be a bit racy and a bit sort of erotic.
Right up David Street, then.
Yeah, erotic, sensual, erotic, scary stories. So it's an alternative.
Not in front of Liam, please.
Alternative Valentine's night experience kind of thing.
And plus I've got Story Bazaar as well, which I started a couple of years ago in Wolverhampton. So 3 times a year in the New Hampton Arts Centre, I bring in storytellers to accompany me who come from a particular heritage or cultural background. So we've got some amazing stuff lined up for next year as well. So please just search us out, and we'd love to see you, because the stories make us, you know, they're
Absolutely.
part of our fibre.
Ange, what have you got going on?
Okay, so
Lots more recording.
Yes. We're currently recording. It's like a radio show sort of thing.
And I know where that's going to be. That's going to be on WCRFM.
That's good to know.
That's what we want. So it's sort of like a story.
A short radio play around the world of music recording.
Yeah, but
I've read the
it's to
script,
do
I'm in
with
it.
Have you? Yeah. So it's to do with the certain songs I've released.
Yeah.
So it's worked all around there with the
But
characters
certain
like
media
that.
can be found online.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not going to just Google certain media.
Yeah.
But you've got your own website as well.
I haven't got my own website.
I thought you
no.
thought you were on.
No, I'm really rubbish.
I
With
thought you were on
social
some of the
media, I'm
socials.
terrible. I've got my Facebook page.
There we go.
Ange
What's your
Lloyd.
Facebook page?
Ange Lloyd.
Ange Lloyd. There we go.
I've just finished recording my first EP, solo EP. So
That's going to be good.
that's
Actually,
just
it is good. I've heard bits of it actually,
Have
haven't I?
you?
Yes. I think I've
great,
had that sent to me. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Oh, fabulous.
Liam, you've got TikTok and everything, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But in 2023, I've got a few songs lined up because I've recently decided to go into like R&B soul music, and I've been working with a producer called Stuart Epps and another one.
Right. So you say I've been working with a producer called Stuart Epps. Okay, give us some of Stuart's back catalogue.
So Stuart's worked with people like Elton John, Chris Rea, like loads of celebrities.
Yeah, Liam Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I've also started to record some stuff with one of my best friends from school, Will Hoff.
Mhm.
And he's like mixing up my songs as well. And I've got an album coming out next year.
That's good.
Which I've recorded with Stuart. So yeah, just keep an eye out.
Okay, give us.
Nice one.
16.
Wow.
Well done.
Exciting.
Brilliant, yeah.
Well, round of applause. I like a ripple part way through. That is good. But you haven't given us your socials. How do we find you?
Literally everywhere. It's just Liam Price UK.
There we go. That does the job. Mr. Love.
Well, it's funny that Liam's got a new album coming out because I haven't.
Okay.
And
Have you got an old album that we can get?
Well, I've got one that's from 1997. If anyone wants a copy, they're up in the roof. And the rafters are beginning to sag. I got a deal on them. I got rather more than was wise to buy at the time. So if anyone wants one of my albums, yeah, and I'll promise not to sign it, make it worth a bit more. But Chris was saying how he's going to Belgium. Well, I'm going to Kings Winford as well.
Yeah.
In February. It's not even Kings Winford any longer. It used to be. It's the famous Woodman Folk Club.
Right.
It's been going since 1971, I think. Wow. It's one of the most established clubs in the country. They had to move it some while ago because they thought the Woodman pub was being knocked down. So they moved to Ashwood Marina. And
there you
that's
go.
why I'm going to Ashwood Marina. It's all very jolly civilised. So that's February the 10th. If anybody wants to listen to any more of my music, how can you do that signal music in inverted commas?
Yeah.
Just to find David Love, unpopular songwriter, on YouTube. Yeah.
Thank you all for taking part. Thank you for listening and joining in. Thank you to Chris Allen for scoring. Thank you, Andy Walters, for his assistance. And thank you to the team at the City of Wolverhampton Council for letting us take over the building and cause absolute chaos for this recording. And have a brilliant 2023, everybody.
You too.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.